don't know the exact count, but it was a packed room.
Harold,
Did
you
last Monday. Yeah, this was last Monday. I mean, it was just a work session, budget and stuff, but, people talked, people had their
You
opinions.
see that about
and,
here?
So, yeah, and then I wrote about it just a little.
I read that.
Yeah, so that's what that was about, so yeah.
All right, 8:30, we'll get started with the pledge.
I mean, like, more.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning and welcome. Note that Kurt Kupka is absent today. First thing we need to do is approve the agenda. So moved.
Second.
Moved second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public comments. Anybody wish to speak? Go ahead, Karen.
Last week on Monday, after here, I went to, Richard, our Board of Health meeting. I thought that went very well. That was not the worst meeting I was at out of 4 all day long. They're working on a good plan, and I was impressed with the amount of input and planning that the director Stacy has been doing, moving on. So I hope that comes through to you guys eventually, because she had a plan, and if that works through, I couldn't see anything wrong with it whatsoever. And they were gonna try to work off the allotted budget that you guys gave them, we're going to allow them. And it was just a very, very good meeting, and everybody had good ideas. So, yeah. So I hope that works out, because if it does, there will be very little there'll be a very slight glitch in Tama County as a whole, because a lot of people are already using private care. So it'll be hardly noticeable, except for all the stuff that's going to be in the newspapers. Except for that, it'll be really good. So I hope it goes through, and I hope it works. So, yeah.
Bill?
I just replying to your question for the meeting.
Sure.
Yeah, my editor got back to me, that'll be in this week's plan.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
This, like 63 and 300th Street Bridge. That roundabout, is they're all gonna kind of hit the fan at the same time, or?
Probably. Probably. It's probably gonna happen. That's what we were planning for.
And how soon?
So the late start date, I think, was June no, I'm sorry. I'm conflating two issues. We don't know. Both of those are state projects. We haven't received any updated notifications that
I was confused.
the engineer has not.
I was confused at the beginning.
Yeah, I thought, well, they're doing the bridge kind of by my house, you know,
Yeah.
but that one is the June start.
We haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard anything on 63.
I don't either.
I'll send a text to the mayor of Toledo for the roundabout, see if he gets back to me before we're done talking today.
I know they had to move some vital things, infrastructure there, and I haven't seen any of that being.
They did.
Oh, did they move all that already?
But they had the roads blocked off and lanes rerouted and stuff for
They're
a couple of weeks.
getting started, I suppose.
They got a bunch of trees on the trail. Little tract.
Yeah.
300th Street.
Continuing on with Jack's topic, maybe next week, Kurt Kupka could give us an update on what bridges are going to be coming out sooner than later,
Okay.
maybe. Because I know there are some slated for this spring, probably. Then I have one other topic, and that would be the school board meeting. I thought more people would go to that because of the increase that they want. I sure wish you 5 supervisors had some delegation of duty over that school board. school system here. I don't care what, I mean, everybody's gonna defend the sports end of it, and I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about academics. And the bottom 10% that we are in the state of Iowa, and the school system here is just plain disgusting. I don't know how Gerald and Cheryl could go to that meeting every week and not blow up. I mean, talk about teachers standing there patting each other on the back while we're in the lowest academic overall bottom, well, it's actually 8% for academia in the state of Iowa. That is nothing to brag about. Why those people would be getting more money is beyond me. I don't know. I did speak a little bit. We only had 3 minutes and I had to go to the next meeting, but they're expecting farmers to pay an awful lot of money. And I don't know why we would. I don't know why. I wish the 5 of you, you've done such a super job. I wish you could just rein in that whole bunch of people. If they weren't patting themselves on the back, they wouldn't be getting any credit at all. I'm glad you 5 don't do that. What a disgrace. Thank you.
Yes. All right, close public comments. Discuss and approve the 3/23 special and regular minutes.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Road projects report. Kurt, since Kurt is gone, I don't really have anything. I don't know if there was anything.
I see they were taking rock out of the Traer, stockpile, so they must be starting to put it on the roads, gravel roads. So they must be attacking that. Had a discussion with a gentleman in church yesterday. Yeah, he's just like, we should be in pretty good shape again. We've had a mild winter. So last couple of them, that helps our budget, helps the rock and everything. And so that's a positive.
All I had is, Karen got a call. It's from someone in Gladbrook, T47 that has a culvert that's collapsing. So, I will let the engineer's office know and get a hold of Nick and Perry.
And I've got a meeting at 1:30 today out in Kurt's area. Somebody's got a complaint about some of the work that was done and it's flooding their fields. So I'm gonna go out and look at that today.
Any new candidates for engineer?
No. We had 3 that we interviewed and we're still in the process.
Interested?
You good, Ryan?
Part-time?
You do have some utility permit applications that have been submitted. First one for Olson on behalf of Mid-American Energy. Take them, I guess, one at a time. We have a motion to approve that one.
So we can discuss it. I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
okay. Discussion.
Looking at it real quick.
It's like it's a real broadband. It kind of goes through like Gladbrook and Lincoln, it looks like. Hooks into the Vienna substation. Wish we could get that real broadband everywhere else, but that's good that Gladbrook and Lincoln need it, so.
So this is up in Grundy. So basically
It
it
just-
looks like it's going from Gladbrook,
Yeah.
towards Lincoln, up north, and then through Grundy County, right?
Yeah. In Grundy and Jasper and Polk, it looks like. It looks like the foremans have already reviewed the locations, is that?
Yeah. Well, the expectation now is that by the time these hit our desk, that
They're already doing it from here on out. That's
well,
pretty
that they're recommending that we approve.
cool. That's a good idea to
They've already
do.
done.
Yep.
Have too many of them going back and forth. So
That's right.
So based on what you just said, before it hits our desk, they've already looked at it and they're okay with it.
That's the expectation.
Okay. Based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like normal activity for putting in cabling and for boring under roads. They're going 10 feet below, so I'm fine with that.
And it's all online too, on below our agenda, it's all on there, so if anybody's curious, hey, is it coming by my house? Go ahead and pull up our Tama County agenda, and it's all posted out there with every single picture of where it's running, so.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next one, Windstream Communications. Any questions on that one?
Looking real quick again.
I'll make the motion, we accept. Yeah.
A second, as we can get into discussion.
Any discussion?
Basically, it looks like Connecticut's trying to catch up to REM, getting in their cabling and things. So I've got no problem with it.
Good. All those in favor say aye. Carries. Discussion and possible action on mumble panels on T47.
Is that what those are called?
There's the versions, apparently, I learned that. There's a rumble or a mumble.
Drums are drum and the narrow rhythm is the rumble, but it's up to you guys which you prefer.
They recommend the rumble.
Well, they're $700 each as opposed to $2,200.
Right.
Mumble just out of our price range.
Yeah, or the mumble.
And one just the normal one, quieter.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this.
The
For
rumble.
the rumble.
Okay,
Put that on our,
I'll second it.
discussion.
And it does make sense because it's just right by Highway 30, so I don't think noise is as big of an issue. It's probably really loud already there, so. And there's also gonna be a stop sign to stop ahead sign kind of deal, which is good. Highway 30's obviously busy with the 4 lane now, so that'll be good to get that down to make sure people stop.
Yep, should be safer.
Listen for the mumble, so Casey will get that.
oh,
It's like,
I know it was taken, there was a young lady lost her life on 10 years ago, probably by now, I don't know, but she's from a port city. Her family was really hard going after him to get a law that all county roads had these at stop signs. The one she was on coming up to Highway 30 did not have them. Kind of lost track of it, so apparently they didn't get it done at the state level, but wish they would, but anyway.
just add in, this says the DOT will handle the project administration, the county would cover the expense, which is the $700 each. But then the county would be reimbursed, be either fiscal year 27 at the earliest, but likely fiscal year 28. So at least we'll get that money back too from the state.
Here's it.
I
Let's carry.
Before you move on to the next one,
Mm-hmm.
this is still in the roads. So the answer to your question about the start date for the roundabout is the start date's April the 6th. That's the estimated start date. 4-phase project with an estimate of 130 working days. So somebody do the math. I mean, that's like 4 months and change. So April the 6th, that'll be next week.
Big through all,
Is that?
it'll be through August.
Yeah.
all summer.
So the state
Take the
fair
back roads.
should be open for the state fair.
I thank the mayor for that.
A discussion and possible action to approve resolution 3/30/2026 approving elected official salary adjustments for FY 27.
In the resolution that I have here, it had the double begin July 1st of 2027. It's actually July 1st of 2026 or fiscal year 27.
So you're beginning,
July 1st of 2026 for fiscal year 26.
This coming up 200.
Okay,
We've discussed these all, I think individually on some of the budgets meetings, and I'll make a motion, we approve resolution 3-30-2026A.
I'll second that.
okay.
So we can talk about it. We're getting message traffic, somebody popping up in there.
Yeah, people are talking.
Okay, good thing yours is it?
They can hear fine.
Okay, good.
They're asking questions. So I don't know if you want to entertain them now or
During public comment. Okay, we've got, the resolution. I'll read it. Whereas the Board of Supervisors approve wage increases for all elected officials, therefore be it resolved that the Tama County Board of Supervisors approve the following salary adjustments for the following elected officials for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026. Good. It's that elected official is the attorney, approved salary will be $136,596. With an increase of 14.794. Auditor 85010 to approved increase of 8.26. Recorder 80,660, increase of 3%. Sheriff 125,306 for improved approved increase of 4.249. Supervisors 224 for an increase of 3.87, and treasurer 80,771 for a 3.0% increase. So the studies that we had done, we had James from Marshalltown went through and he did competing counties that were around us, the statewide average, as well as
Population, value, yep.
land valuations and all that kind of stuff, and came up with a number with the suggested and then with what the statewide average is. So the Back to Blue bill that was put into law requires us to keep the, according to the Iowa Attorney General's office, to keep the sheriff at the statewide average, which is what we're suggesting, and then all of the others of these piggyback off of that. Our county attorney was actually making less than the county sheriff, which is not true in any of the other counties in the state, and so we have to catch him up. And so overall, that's the auditor's office was also behind and has taken on considerable amount since we've deleted a couple of departments and saved, literally hundreds of thousands in our budget. And we're reflecting that in the pay increases. The only other note that I would make is that us as supervisors didn't take a raise last year. We're 5 new board members and seeing how that would go. And we are still kind of not taking a raise. We had budgeted $2,000 each for expenses, and none of us ever claimed any expenses. So we're moving that expense line into the salary adjustment. That's where it's a net neutral. And so even though it will show us a pay raise, it's not costing the taxpayer any. That's where anybody else have any input?
Yeah, like you said, David and I met with James of Marshall County. He does this for several counties, and so it's really good resource to be able to see every single county, what they pay each elected department. As we know, like these are the prior years, right? So everybody's gonna be doing raises likely unless they're not giving raises to their county. So it's gonna go up as well, but we can kind of keep track every year how we're looking. But like Mark said, we're just bringing up a couple of them to the statewide average, as well as just workload as well and things like that. So, but yeah, no, this was really good to look at here.
There's no more discussion. We'll have a roll call.
Stoner,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Weaver,
Aye.
Dolman.
Motion pass. Discussion possible action on resolution 330/2026 be on budget director wages or stipend. The only thing that we're doing here, it had listed our previous auditor by name, and we're taking that name out and then just saying the auditor is the budget director. Essentially. So whether Karen would be here still or anybody else, we would have to change that, I guess. And evidently Laura Thompson doesn't want to come back and be the budget director. And so she's asked us to remove her name.
So I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 3-30-2026B. Resolution appointing the Tama County auditor as budget director.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. We'll have a roll.
Stoner,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Nibble,
Aye.
Dolman.
Aye. That motion passes. Discussion and possible action to approve non-elected, non-union employee pay increases for FY 27, which starts also July 1st, 2026. Mm-hmm. I don't have any documentation on this. Do you want to
It's not-
refresh?
It's not by resolution or anything, it's just what
Okay.
you guys approved for non-elected, non-union.
Okay, so the non-elected, non-union, that's the only one we're doing.
And then after this one, you'll do the unions.
Okay. So we're doing 3%?
Yep.
Okay. We just want to make that in the motion.
I'll make the motion that we set, for non-elected, non-union employees' wages for 3% increase.
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion?
The discussion I have is what we've been talking about for the last year. After this year, I would like to see us go down to merit-based pay raises. So that supervisors would be doing at least quarterly reviews. So it would be no surprise. And so we would give the supervisors, hey, you have this amount of money. They could divvy it up based on merit. For example, I'll give you a good example. Places I used to work, they did an across the board pay raise, and you'd have the lazy person getting the same amount as that high performer, and it was much harder to get the high performer a bonus or a plus up because they are doing more work. I want to see the same thing moving forward here, that we start doing merit pay. We can't do it this year, I know that, because the infrastructure is not in place, but moving forward, that's what I would like to see us do.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oops, motion carries. Discussion and possible action to approve union employee pay increases for FY 27. Those were well, there were a couple of different numbers. The road department, did they go with the 1.5?
1.5.
1.5% for secondary roads, 3% for 911 dispatch, 3% for jailers, and 6% for deputy sheriff. So it looks like.
Okay, so that a motion.
Yep.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Discussion.
1 year,
What's that?
that's for 1 year.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Just appreciate, Paul, the negotiator in the auditor's office, and all the different department heads for the work that they did to sit in on some of those and help with that negotiation, so they did a very good job.
Yep, we got a lot of really good concessions this year and, everything's on the table again next year, so this is a very good negotiating year for the county.
I think almost all of them, except secondary roads,
Yeah.
agreed to do PTO, the paid time off instead of sick pay. And so at least it'll be a good chunk, there'll still be a little bit that is not gonna do PTO, but like Mark said, next year, it'll be on the table to negotiate, so.
Yep,
So along with that, we also did the short-term and long-term
this bill.
disability, but does that apply to the roads? I don't think they got
I
that.
don't know,
I don't, okay.
that one along with
That
their,
one with the PTO, cause it replaced the sick leave.
Yeah,
Which on that topic, you can get final quotes from Skip and then we can
You
approve
guys
that thing.
did, didn't you? I thought you was
We already-
playing.
With the roads out of it though,
no,
that's what I'm saying, now that roads didn't do it. Make sure we have the final numbers and
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oops. Motion carries, discussion and possible action to set a public hearing date in time for proposed FY 27 budget, now that we have all of that taken care of.
so I would recommend that you set the public hearing for Monday, April 20th at 8:45 AM, unless you want to pick a different time, since it doesn't have to be done during a regular meeting, you can set that time for whenever, so, but that's what I recommend.
It was April the 20th at what time?
Yep, April 20th at 8:45.
I won't be here, but I will make a motion that we set that public hearing date for April the 20th at 8:45.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Discuss and approve claims.
We have claims this week in the amount of 142, 949, period, 15. $142,949.15. I make a motion, we approve that.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. New business, anything on supervisor reports?
No, I think everything from the Board of Health's kind of been out there already, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am.
I got one of the folks that we canceled, they reduced the amount that we would have had to pay. And so I can't remember, I was driving, my wife was reading the message to me, while we're driving down the road, so that was good. I'm still waiting for the Windstream Kinetic Unity report to get back, and I'm gonna reach out to the lady in charge there, because I want confirmation they've got it. Because otherwise there's an automated here, and I'm gonna reach out, make sure we get that before I leave next week, so. Looks like we've got all of our phone stuff in and for the most part working. I know the device for recording the phone calls coming into 911 and the sheriff's department, we're moving forward with that. And I think, Michelle, is Tyler almost on board now with, the, phone issues with secondary roads?
Yeah, we have it scheduled, we just, I have one more document to sign approving the schedule, and then we're set to get things done. This coming in April, so after Easter, then we'll get it all set up and going.
So basically what's happened is we had to get a security system in place with Tyler, the timekeeping, so that the folks on the roads can log in, clock in, change on what they're doing in the field, and then change back to their next task. All of that should be done hopefully before the end of April. We'll be up and running to do that. So it'll help in the budgeting process. It'll help keep track of what we're doing, when we're doing it, who's doing it. And just it'll make payrolls better and budgeting better, so we're almost into the 20th century. We're getting there. And,
Hello.
I should be here next week, but just for the record, while I'm overseas, I will be checking in for the meetings, assuming I have Wi-Fi wherever or during the meeting time. So,
I attended David's meeting at Central Iowa Detention virtually last week. Essentially, I think everything is just kind of moving along. The counties that were booted out, so to speak, there's talk about charging a fee for them to re-enter, based on assets and those kind of things. And it was a large number, and that was a very heated exchange and took hours of discussion. So we're one of the originals.
right,
And so we are still part of that as member counties. That was the only thing really to report from it. There was no resolution. They're still gonna, they have to something else. It doesn't really concern us.
Got a couple things too. Let's see, so I had the Heartland Insurance Risk Pool meeting. It sounds like our Holmes Murphy renewal update, the big Excel with all the different things that did get turned in. So Paul works with the different departments and got that completed, so that was good. There is, let's see, there will be a newly elected / elected official seminar on November 13th of 2026 at the Reinig Center. So that'll be nice too. It's gonna also have like the IPIB training. So like if we have township elected people, they have to take that training.
Yeah.
And so it should be at that meeting, as well as it says elected, but if there's appointed people, to boards, commissions, like employment opportunities, they can also attend that seminar as well. So
what date was that?
November 13th of 2026. I don't have a time yet, but at the
Yeah.
Reinig Center. So I think we all attended that last year. It's like you pretty much, if you get elected newly, it's like right away, you turn around and you go to it before you're even sworn in. But it's kind of nice because it's good to get trained right away, just to know how meetings work, Robert's Rules of Order, what to do, what to not do, just to make sure that you do things legally when you get into a government position. So yeah, that'll be the main thing there. The Heartland Fall Seminar will be roughly September 10th, 2026. And I got a return to work program kind of recommendation, so I will work with Paul / Auditor Office, or, I don't know if Rhodes does their own, but just to understand, do we need to update our policy any, or what do we want to do there? So it's one that was looked over by an attorney with them. And then David, for you, Kurt Kupka was busy. I attended the Essential Services Advisory Council meeting, so it kind of sounds like they just kind of go through the different numbers and figures. So nothing really to report, but I did sit in on that for you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And just one more plug is the land use plan is being updated, as you guys know. So there's a survey out there. It is due tomorrow. So if you have not taken the survey, it's either there's copies, is it at the auditor's office in public health, as well as online, under the zoning's department online. Make sure you get out and take that survey just to see where Tama County should go from here. So yeah, that's due tomorrow, the 31st.
Have a Region 6 planning meeting this afternoon. After I'll have an update next week on what's going on there. It was just a budget winner, so. All right, public comments again. Good, Karen.
What'd you say the increase was for the union, one is 3% for the pay increases for union. What was that one again?
All the union percents, you mean? 1.5% for secondary roads,
Okay.
3% for 911 dispatchers, 3% for jailers, and 6% for deputy sheriffs.
Okay, thank you.
And those were all negotiated.
Yeah.
A question online asking if the report Heather has about salaries will be available electronically.
Yes, it'll be part of the minutes.
I like the entire.
Oh, I'm
report.
sorry.
I don't know if it'll be electronic, but they could stop in and,
Get a copy.
yeah.
Yep.
We
can
were,
leave a copy.
We were given pamphlets.
Yeah, it's just pamphlets, we didn't get it online, I don't think, did we?
No.
Do you guys have a copy?
I have.
Okay, so yeah, just stop in to the auditor's office and you can take a look at it or make copies if you'd like, it's all public information.
So if you want, do you want me to scan it in? And make it electronic or?
If you can. Or do it.
Yeah. I'll wait and see if you get it, folks.
Yeah, you put it on the website.
Ask your department head there and see.
That was all.
Okay.
The rest of the questions got answered, they said.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay.
Good one. Thank you for explaining how the percentage were figured. The only question I had that wasn't answered, were the offices that help the public daily and generate revenue factored in the decision as well?
It was all basically by comparison of other counties. I mean, I think that we did a pretty thorough job of explaining that. And workload. Close those public comments and make a motion to adjourn, or take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried for adjournment.
I'm kind of the adjournment guy at our church committee.